Welcome back to Daily Buzz right here on Choice TV. And I think I wore my St. Lucia Pride t-shirt at the right time. It was being very shady of my shirts this morning. But anyway, we're getting ready for, well, not getting ready. I mean, there are so many activities to commemorate our 40th independence anniversary. And one of the items that I know a lot of people look forward to is the Dash Color Run, and it has grown significantly over the past years, and this year will be their 5th year, which is a milestone for them in keeping with the whole 40 for 40. So joining us is Candy Nicholas. Yes, we have her here back at Choice TV after quite some time. Let me not be too shady though. Hi, Candy, darling.
You could just, as I was telling Colin, you could just say you missed me. It's okay.
We've missed
I've missed y'all too.
I hope so. I
look
hope
at Armin
did.
trying to analyze the relationship.
I am.
He just come down.
It's a long, ongoing relationship, and then she just completely abandoned us.
And then I just popped up.
Pop back up, right?
Just resurfaced. Yes. Without a little hint that I might be coming over. That's how you do, and I realize that. That's okay. That's okay.
And maybe this is a sign that you may be seeing more of me. Hint, hint.
Oh, okay. I like that hint. Okay. I was on a shady hint here.
No shade, no shade, no shade.
So, Candy, you've been with the Dash team for some time now.
It's funny because unofficially, I was sort of involved with the whole communications and PR push because with lifestyles and a couple of other things when they first started.
Right.
This was one of the first spaces that they came to, and if you go back to the Choice Facebook page or even the Lifestyles Facebook page, you'll see interviews that I did with Dion Ben, who's one of the directors, and even at the actual event that we just made reference to it a while ago. But Dion and I became friends, and I was able to offer my expertise in media and communications to help push what is a very, very worthy cause and what is a very, very fun, vibesy, happy event which commemorates and celebrates our independence.
Right.
So yeah, here I am.
Right. Now, for those of us who are living under a rock, this morning, I said to Monica, is Dash a walk or a run or a run walk?
It is whatever you want it to be.
Okay.
Right.
It's a chip, it's a dance, it's a walk, it's a run, it's just a lot of fun. There's a DJ on the road. More often than not, it's been Hollywood HB, who we know is he's a vibe. What's the new thing that we say? He's a whole mood. So with him and his DJing and his music truck, people actually try not to walk or run too quickly because they want to be behind the truck.
Yeah, the
Chip
crowd
in.
and the vibe is right there behind the truck where the music is.
Exactly. And the first time that I did it, I thought it was the unofficial opening of Carnival.
I was about
it was so much fun.
True.
People were whining, they were chipping, they were having such an amazing time on the road. And the other thing that adds that kind of vibe as well is people get so creative with the things that they wear.
That's
so
right.
Of course, as part of the Dash package, you get your t-shirts and your bib and your packets of powder and all of that. But people just let their creativity loose with the tutus and the funky socks, and there was even a Dash dog one year. I wish I'd sent you pictures of it that we could have shown people. That's the thing about Dash. It's such a spectacle of color that it's something that you have to see to understand the visual impact that it has. So, yeah. What was your question again? I feel like I'm going off and off.
No, it was funny.
All the three of us went there. You were talking about your rock that you live under.
Yeah, I know.
You were asking me what it is. So yes, I answered.
When you were describing, what Dash is, I was about to say it sounds like a
Carnival.
Carnival vibe, but because I've never done Dash, I've seen.
That's about to change this.
Let me tell you, Akim already called me.
You don't really have a choice.
That's like she and Legends.
You don't have a choice, You don't have a choice. So.
Right, because I've seen...
That was a very Zenaida thing to say, actually.
It was.
Hi, Z.
Right, so I've seen kids coming from Dash, if all the colors in their hair, and it seems like such a good vibe. So it's definitely a family activity where you can bring out all the folks.
I just told you there was a dog, so all members of the family.
Wow.
That's right.
Babies, I've seen babies
Yeah,
in strollers.
I've seen moms with their strollers and their babies.
The daddy and mommy, and auntie who may also be daddy's girlfriend. No, we're not being so scandalous. But
we have a segment after this. You want to stay?
Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
So it really is a family event, and I keep stressing the fact that it's a fun event because my idea of independence celebrations is usually a long mass or a long drawn out ceremony, which as children, because as children our attention spans are not the longest. We have the attention span of a speed bump, and it is a fun way to incorporate children into the celebration of our independence.
Exactly.
So that's why we're also very thankful that the Independence Committee has come on board and it's really
recognized it as one of the activities on the calendar.
Exactly. So shout out to the Independence Committee for that. We're very grateful because it is a wonderful celebration of our independence.
So it really allows people to be creative and also be very patriotic. I love the color zones from a media standpoint. When you capture that moment where all of the powder is just sent up in the air, it's so beautiful. Or when you get down to the Independence Village where it culminates, that moment, because there are performances and so much happening, and then everybody just sends up the powder and it's just this cloud of the blues and the yellows, and then everybody in their white t-shirts. It's just the most magical thing.
The
for
visual
photos,
impact
for
is
videos.
amazing.
It is.
Yep.
It really
Yep.
is.
I mean, as of yesterday, we were watching some videos that some vloggers did on their own, some footage that nobody on the committee had even seen.
Wow.
And everybody was just amazed that Kim, Abera, Dion, Roberta, Alex, we were all like, this is amazing. And we were thinking that we need to officially involve the vloggers, because it's one thing for us as media people to go and capture it, and we know what we're looking for and we know what we're capturing, but for patrons to capture it in the rawness of the experience that they're capturing, it's just a testament to the beauty of the event. And speaking of the colors, you made reference to the blues and the yellows. So the colors of the powder are the colors of our national flag. And it's very important to us safety, because you're using no kind of powder that's going to, give you a rash afterwards. We're not getting a rash in the name of St. Lucia's independence. So it's all non-toxic powder made with cornstarch, and the colors are food grade dyes. So for parents who may be concerned about how the effect it's going to have on their children's skin, and because we know there are a lot of children with sensitivities, even adults as well, very easily. Listen, my daughter had little plaits and she had the powder in her hair. I'll show you a picture after, and it was very easy to wash it out. It was
on
very
close to it,
even the t-shirt, because the first time I did it I thought, okay, well I guess this has to go in the bin, and it somehow ended up in the machine and the color just came off completely, not a speck.
Now, do you find that there are a lot of corporate groups, coming on to participate in uniforms?
There are, and we love that, and we encourage that to the point that there's actually a package. If a corporate group comes on of a certain number, 10 or more, you get to have your corporate logo put on your shirts for free. So this is a great way to encourage groups from different corporate entities to participate. It's just fun. It's vibesy.
Now, Candy, we know that there's also the charitable aspect to the Dash color run that is absolutely amazing. It's a good way for persons, if you've always wanted to donate and give back, then being a part of Dash color run helps you to do that. So tell us some more about that aspect, because I know you guys have worked with one organization.
With the Childhood Development and Guidance Center. So it is a center for those who are living under a rock. It is a center being run by pediatrician Dr. Kim Gardner. And what they do is it's sort of an intervention center for children with mental and developmental disabilities. And they depend on the kindness of donors. They do get government subventions, but it doesn't cover all their needs. So for them to continue the good work that they're doing, they need more resources in terms of donations, in terms of even things like electronics, and there are a lot of children with disabilities, so they need I was about to say pushchairs, like wheelchairs, and exactly, and that kind of thing. So the committee had chosen that center as the charity. Last year for 2020, one of the things that we had an interest in as well is we called it the Journey to 2020. I said last year for 2020. It was the Journey to 2020, where we also helped some training Olympians, possible Olympians. But the main charity has been the Childhood Development and Guidance Center. And something that really touched me when we went there to do a check presentation recently, I had no idea that Zika had such a negative impact. I mean, a lot of the time you see things on television and we see the PSAs and we're so far removed from the reality of it because it isn't affecting us directly, but there are a lot of children who are actually born with developmental disabilities because their moms contracted Zika while they were pregnant. So they've just had an influx of these cases, even more, than they can handle. So it's important for charities to really start looking at the the Childhood Development and Guidance Center. I had a brain fart. To see in what ways, big or small, we can contribute apart from the good work that Dash is doing.
So what day is Dash this year?
Dash is on February 24th. It's a Sunday morning. It starts at 6 a.m. from Massey Mega. I had to practice because I was still in Mega J mode. I can't keep up with all the brand changes. Yeah, so from Massey Mega at 6 a.m. But what's very important for me to tell you is that tomorrow is the first pop-up shop by the Clock Tower at Baywalk Mall. So anybody who is needing more information, wants to see images from Dash, wants to just come around, ask some questions, have a good time, and most importantly, register for Dash. We will be there from 10 a.m. tomorrow morning outside the Clock Tower.
Awesome. I noticed that Digicel came on board with you guys as well.
Yeah, of course. Who wouldn't want to align themselves with such an amazing
I know, right? Here's Siobhan.
Just kidding, but we're very grateful and they're very excited to be on board as well and to offer some goodies as part of the event. So it's exciting. We have some other pretty amazing sponsors as well. KFC has come on board. We have the Cell. We have a whole lot of sponsors. I don't want to forget
anybody. Let me tell you, it's important.
This is where the sticky part comes in, because if you forget anybody, it's like you've committed a sin. So Yellow, that was an exciting, and we know them as Yellow Pages, but they've rebranded, so we're calling them Yellow without a W. So they've come on board in a big way. Big shout out to Lou Select for coming on board, Lumnat, and they're food distributors, so they're the distributors of Cricks, Vital Supplies, and Shirley Biscuit, and some of these other goodies that we grew up eating and loving. Blue Waters. Big shout out to Tapas on the Bay because they hosted our press launch yesterday. So thank you for Mark and Rose. It was such a wonderful backdrop to have for our press launch, and of course, Media Zone and Choice TV.
Who's that?
I don't know who these wonderful people are. But y'all have been so amazing with getting the message of Dash out there, especially with the charitable cause that's attached to it and bringing awareness to the work that Dr. Kim Gardner and her team do at the Childhood Development and Guidance Center. And we're thankful also that RCI has come on board as our official radio station. So thank you, Tammy and Maureen and Iowa and Ronnie and all the wonderful people at RCI for helping us get the word out even more. So we're extremely grateful to our sponsors, of course, Shoe Rehab, Caribbean Awnings, Landmark Events, and of course Baywalk Mall, which is such a wonderful host for our pop-up shops.
So if the Independence Village, look, we have some footage there.
Like, look at that. Look at
so we're in there tutu and clown hat with socks. Yes, commitment that is. It looks like fun.
With the Independence Village, there'll be performances and persons get there. There's more powder and there's just more fun.
Exactly. More powder, more fun, performances. What else? Food and drinks, a lot of samples being given away.
Great.
It's sort of become a little fair for the stores, the little food outlets within the malls in that area. I'm sure that if there's a graph to show their sales, there's a sharp spike around the time.
When I did it, I just go over to Felly Belly, and
exactly,
because you'd probably be hungry by that time in the morning.
Exactly.
Around 7:30 minutes to 8.
Exactly.
And all that activity. So you grab a Felly Belly, and there's so much happening. You get some good stuff to eat as well. So along the routes, there'll be color zones, and that's where they just come at you with.
That's where they just come at you with. Yes. Now, our volunteers, they know that they have to, because some people may not want to be covered in powder. So we're very discreet about how we, So no, Onika, coming at you like, look, powder in your eyes, powder in your nose.
What I've seen in the past is that everybody's been receptive to the powder. So when you get to the color zone, it's just this big cloud. If it's blue.
Oh, you mean at the end, at the finish line? Yes. I thought you were talking about the platforms, because you're going to have, apart from the powder that you're going to get within your package, there are going to be platforms along the way where powder will be thrown.
How can I volunteer for the powder throwing?
Okay, you're throwing powder. There you go. That was easy.
How easy was that?
That was the easy button to say powder. We'll come up with a fancy name for you, like, I don't know, Chief Powder Thrower in Chief or something.
Right.
Everybody runs Abby's platform.
No, that's going to be a problem, because people are going to want to be powdered by the celebrities. So now you can powder me down. I know, and then they're not going to want to wash it off. And issues. But that's an idea. Maybe we should have some known faces at the powder stations throwing powder.
Throwing it out there.
That's a thought. Maybe I can bring that back to the team.
There you go.
See what they have to say about that. Yeah.
And how much for the packages?
So for adults, it's $40.
Nice.
That's all.
That's all. Only $40. I didn't want to sound like a hawker at the market.
Yeah.
It's only $100 for the breadfruit. So
Sooner or later, we'll be hearing that, to be honest.
I know.
I hope you don't go to the market tomorrow, because the market people watching will deal with you, Candy.
They're my friends.
Okay.
Hello. I'm part of the tapestry of the Castries market on a Saturday. Hello. But I remember when I first, because of course I'm from Sufra, that always has to be slid in there somehow. But this lady was trying, I guess I was too well dressed for the market that day. So she was trying to charge me $5 for breadfruit. And I said, hey, Madam Sophia, my sausage. She was shocked. Her comeback was, I don't ask you where you come from.
But yeah, but
no $5 breadfruit. No.
It's a phone call and have a few come up.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Hello. Yes. So, you see
$40.
Yes.
$40.
Yes. We need some cost correction here. Thank you, Anika. Good save. So $40 for the adults, and for children under 12 or 12 and under.
It's usually 12 and under.
Okay, yes, $25.
Awesome.
But there's some really good giveaways that we're going to be having at the pop-up shop tomorrow, so you need to come to see, how you can probably get yours for free or for almost free or half free.
You never know, what they
can
have
happen.
On their sleeve, so.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yes,
so it's going to be a nice vibe tomorrow at your first pop-up shop, and there'll be a few more to come as you
every Saturday leading up to
great.
To the events, which is on February 24th.
Perfect.
Sunday, February 24th. So up to the 23rd, you'll be able to register on a Saturday at the Baywalk Clock Tower.
And I feel like with Dash, you have to get your squad involved.
That's what I'm saying, because it's funny, at school, they're trying to get together a team. So all of us will show up in Monroe t-shirts. And,
that's cool.
For Dash?
Yeah, they were trying to get together a squad and to participate.
Just on your own, or somebody approached you? Oh,
no,
there you go. That's the spirit.
Yeah, I remember one of the admin staff were coming around asking who would be interested in doing Dash. And quite a few children said yes, especially those who had never done before from the other
children, but okay. And Monroe?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
because I'm one of the older students. I always call those younger children. It's just a habit. It's just a habit.
Big hard.
Yes. I know, right? Like, tell my mother that sometimes. But then so that's it's
that's
nice
great, and
to
that's
see
the spirit
squads.
we want to encourage, because I don't think anybody from the team, as far as I know, has approached Monroe specifically. So it's great to know that people are out there, people are recognizing the event as something that they should participate in, and they're actually rounding up their posse and crew and them.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun.
I think it's gonna be great.
And it sounds like a good bonding session with your team, whether you corporate or school or club.
Exactly.
It's a nice
Exactly.
bonding moment, because who
think
wanted
so
to jump behind HP in powder? I want to.
Sign me
With the
up. Where
whole
do I sign
squad,
up?
just
Yeah.
getting rid like a completely different route for carnival. Let's just see how that works out. Although the little hill there is kill you by Almanac.
No, you don't really. You don't even feel it.
Well,
People
and that
actually
too.
complain that the route is too short because they're having
to go all the way to Pigeon Island.
they're
with
having
it.
so much fun that
They want more.
Yep.
But that's the beauty of it, is that it doesn't just stop, once you get to the end of the route, because now you're going into the Independence Village and it's more action, it's more powder. Let me tell you, it's like a straight on party. You just have to have had the privilege to stand on the stage and just
Observe
see
and
the
see, yes.
powder, and it's just so crazy at that point in time. The photos after, for me, always gets me, because it just looks so beautiful, and the smiles on everybody's faces and the powder. It's just a really good time.
It is.
A good
it
time
is.
to be St. Lucia too.
Exactly.
Just enjoy that.
Exactly. Because I find a lot of the ways that were available for us to express our patriotism in the past have been very,
It's very
boring,
structured
very
and,
stiff, very
yeah.
structured and ecumenical service there, which is great. Go to church, be good. That's wonderful. But, this has really added a fun element to the independence celebration.
And again,
I
you
love
have to attract the millennial and centennial generation. They know all about that color, stiffness.
Exactly.
No, they're not about that.
I mean, even the group of us who are on the committee, the directors and the rest of us who are on the committee, it's such an amazing. Isabella Lacha, Akim Lacha, Dion Ben, Roberta Rose, Alex Holder, and I was watching a picture of us from yesterday. I'm like, we're all just so different in so many ways, and it's like we're all experienced and educated and all of that good stuff, but highly capable, but fun people.
Exactly.
And
People who are willing to express
that
themselves
translates to the outcome of the event.
Right.
So yeah.
I love
Yep,
that.
I'm excited. It's
Yeah.
exciting.
I'm excited for
I
that.
mean,
Wow.
I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't round up the children to go to an ecumenical service.
No,
for
they
instance.
wouldn't,
And
not
I'm
at
not
all.
knocking that,
Not
but
at
I'm
all.
saying that, of course, if you have children, the idea of going to get blasted in powder to good music
Right.
is a more inviting possibility or prospect than sitting in a church for 10 hours.
It is. Trust me.
Yeah.
It is. And I mean, you reach out to fitness enthusiasts, just
Exactly.
looking would probably go on their normal run along that route, at 6 a.m. anyway.
Funny you
so
should
why
say that,
not-
because we see a lot of people who are doing their normal morning
Yeah.
run, and they somehow weave into and out of the crowd, and it's a beautiful thing to see.
And so you can skip your normal morning run on February the 24th, Sunday, and just, grab other people that fitness enthusiasts like yourself, and just do it with Dash, where you have the added fun of the powder
music.
and the music, and of course an Independence Village after that. Yeah, that really just closes it off nice.
Yes, it does.
Perfect. So we're excited.
Yeah.
I only ever missed Dash once, and that was last year. We've pretty much covered it all the time and been there all the time. So, and in the beginning, like the warm-up session is another powder festivity again, because everybody's
Trying to get colorful and throwing it at each other.
Yes.
Yep.
So up there at Marcy Mega in the car park, there's sort of like a warm-up session there
Yes,
as well,
there is,
just to stretch out the muscles and get you prepared. And then you just head up. The best part is standing on the walk over there and looking down at all the people. Just
I've never thought of
Yeah.
doing that,
Yeah.
but
Okay,
that's
the
how we get
gorgeous
some of the good
sight.
shots
oh
as well.
yes,
Mhm.
yeah.
Gorgeous sight, yeah.
Yeah.
That's you're a human drone for Dash. Okay, Monica. Smart.
Trust me, it's
Quick
pretty,
thinking, Batman.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And then you have HB with his vibe and his music to just add to it. So I feel like a lot of people are gonna come out this year.
Yes. Yep. We're looking
That's gonna
forward
be
to,
beautiful.
bigger numbers. Yesterday, Dion was talking about how small it started and how much it has grown. And I think part of that growth is not just about the marketing and advertising. It's about word of mouth, because everybody has, or I shouldn't say everybody, I don't know that for a fact, but I'm sure everybody, but most people have such a great time that they tell other people about
Yeah,
it.
it's like
and-
next year you have to be there, and you're going with me, and I'm bringing you, and yeah.
Exactly. So it's been growing exponentially, and this year we're looking forward to an even
Just
bigger
bigger and
crowd.
bigger,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, you'll be throwing powder or you'll be dashing?
I want to throw powder. Yeah.
Into throw powder?
Yeah. Get some vengeance in. Just really
Why I didn't feel like I knew that's where you were going with all
because
my
you know your friend.
Because you probably see me coming up there and just splat powder in my face.
I'm like, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Bye.
There needs to be some sort of rules and regulations.
Yes,
sure
we
is.
shall not be attacking people with powder. We will be sprinkling them with powder, not attacking them with
Oh
powder.
yeah, like the chef. True.
Yeah, like, Powder Babe. That's your name, Powder Babe.
There you go. I like it. I like it.
Can I just request some, glitter in there as well?
Okay.
No glitter from
Not.
some just
That adds some
gold and
sparkle
blue
to
glitter.
that.
Yeah.
That's some thoughts.
I like powder bay. I like it.
I'll give you my own little glitter so you can sprinkle on me. Yeah?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So Candy, when are we gonna have you back here? To join us and just have some dialogue?
When you invite me, Onika.
Okay,
But then
well.
again, do I even need an invitation? I
No,
just
no.
come in.
Exactly. She does that. She just walks in and there she is.
Yes.
So feel free to join us again, Candy. We
That will
missed
be
you.
so much fun. I missed y'all too. I was going through some things with my mom's passing and all of
I
that.
know, yeah.
Yeah, it was a year, 2 days ago. So, yeah, that was the fastest year of my life. A year already. So, but I think she would want me to be doing things like this
That's
again.
right.
So I'm excited to get back into the group of things. So back at 10, you'll be seeing me.
Okay, Bill. I'm excited already.
Yes.
So with that, we're going to take a break, Amen.
Yeah.
And of course, when we come back, we still have a lot more right here on Daily Buzz. So please stay with us.